Good morning, boys and girls. It is so great to be back with you this morning. I am here today to model how to solve side A of your assignments. We have been talking about part-whole problems yesterday, and I know that you've already got some part-whole experience, and so I'm really excited about what you are able to do. When you get into the assignment, you're going to touch snack problems, and you are going to hit the button at the top, open with Kami. All right, remember side A we are going to do together on this video. When you open it up, all the thinking will already be there from what we did together in the video. You should grab a piece of paper. You can number it 1, 2, and 3. And you can draw your strip diagrams on there and complete these problems as I complete them together. That would be your best bet. That way, when you get to side B, which is independent work, which you are being graded on, you will have a little more success simply because you will have had this practice together with me. All right, boys and girls. We are going to start. Now remember, we talked about the difference in these problems, and we said that our part-whole problems are problems that don't have any action. So remember, in our last unit, we studied change problems, and we learned that change problems have actions. When we make those movies in our heads, when we're doing our thinking about the story, that we can actually see somebody getting some more, we can actually see something going away. But yesterday we talked about how in part-whole problems, we can't see any of that action, but rather in our heads, we just see that part of the story is this, and the other part of what the story is talking about is something different. So I'm gonna be walking you through that thinking, modeling it out loud for you. That way when you get to the other side, side B, you'll be able to do that on your own. We do not have to draw a strip diagram out to the side because our part-whole is like a strip diagram. We've got the whole and the two parts. Are we ready? It says John and his mom made 18 cookies. 10 cookies are round, and the rest, which it doesn't tell me how many, so I'm just going to put a mystery number there, are shaped like stars. How many cookies are shaped like stars? So in this story, I can see John and his mom. I see them in the kitchen, they're making cookies. And when I look down at the cookies after they're out of the oven and they're cooling, I can see that part of them are round and part of them are star shaped. Okay, so let's go through and talk about this. We want to know how many of them are shaped like stars. So let's go back through the story. John and his mom made 18 cookies. Now, is that all the cookies they made or part of the cookies they made? Well, in the story, they didn't make more cookies. They just made 18 cookies. And so those 18 cookies are the whole. That is how many there are in all. 10 of those cookies are round. Are the round cookies all of the cookies or part of the cookies? Well, in the story, some of the cookies are shaped like stars. So the round cookies are part of the cookies. And then the cookies that are shaped like stars are also part of the cookies because there are also round cookies. So boys and girls, since I'm looking for the part, this is a subtract pattern because the only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole, and I'm not looking for the whole. So I've got 18 and I'm going to subtract 10. Now remember, when I have a 2-digit number, I'm simply going to come out here to the side. I'm going to line up my 10s and 1s, and I'm going to start subtracting on my arrow side. When I subtract, I touch the top number, say its name, and count back. I always begin on the arrow side. Here we go. 8, and then nothing else. So 8 is just what I've got. And 1, 0. So just 8. And I want you to circle your answer. So 8 of the cookies were shaped like stars. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2 says there are 7 apples and 8 bananas in the basket. How many pieces of fruit are in the basket? So in my head, when I'm thinking about the story, I can see a bunch of fruit in a basket. I can see that part of them are apples, part of the fruit is bananas. I did not get more fruit in this story, and fruit did not go away. It is not a change problem. But rather, I've got 2 parts of fruit in my basket. So let's go through this. The 7 apples in the story, are those all of the apples or part of the apples? Well, since there's also bananas in the basket, the apples are part of the fruit, okay? The 8 bananas are also part of the fruit since I also have apples. And in this case, we are looking for the whole. The only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole. And so I'm going to take my parts. I'm going to add my other part. And I'm going to use my touch points. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There are 15 pieces of fruit in the basket. Last one together. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to use this color. All right. There are 12 granola bars in the box. So I want you to see a granola box, and it's full. It's got 12 little packages in there. 6 are oatmeal raisin, and the rest are peanut butter. So when I look into the box, I'm imagining colors because granola bars have colored wrappers, and oatmeal raisin is usually purple, and peanut butter is usually kind of a gold. So when I look into the box in my mind, I can see that part of the wrappers are purple because they're oatmeal raisin, and part of them are gold because they are peanut butter. And I want to know how many of the granola bars are peanut butter. So I'm still looking for granola bars, right? All right, so in the beginning, there are 12 granola bars in the box. Is that all of the bars or part of the bars? Well, in the story, I did not get more bars. Whoops, sorry. 12 is just how many there are. So in the box, that is the total number of bars. The 6 oatmeal raisin granola bars are part because there's also peanut butter, which means that peanut butter is also part since there is also oatmeal raisin, which makes this a subtract pattern because the only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole. So I'm going to do whole minus part. And that's going to give me the other part. When I subtract, I touch the first number, say its name, and count back on the other number. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Nice job, guys. So I'm going to scooch all the way in so you can see that side A is completely done. And it will be finished when you open it up. It will look just like this, all of the thinking that we've done together. You are going to scroll down and do side B. Now, if you get stuck, can you scroll up and look at the problems that we did together? Absolutely. The problems on the front are very similar to the ones on the back, and you can go back and look if that helps you. It's not cheating or doing something wrong at all. It's using the tools that we've got and remembering some of the things that we've done together. So you are going to get points today for correctly filling out the organizer. That's 1 point. You're going to get a point for telling me whether it's an add or subtract pattern. You're going to get a point for writing an equation that matches the pattern, what I mean by that is, are you looking for the whole, which is an addition number sentence, or are you looking for the part, which will be a subtract sentence? And in that sentence, you've got your answer, okay? And there are 3 problems. And I am so proud of you. I want you to know that I noticed that you guys have really grown as scholars working on this online learning, and I'm so proud of you. Boys and girls, if you have any problems or any questions about your work, remember that I've got office hours and I am there to help you live in person between 8 and 9 a.m. I'm also available between 1 and 2 p.m. every day, unless I'm in an ARD meeting, which doesn't happen very often. We're getting to the end of the year, so I don't have many of those left. But I'm usually there. And it'll be a time where we can talk about the problems, but it's also a time, even if you don't want to talk about work and you're not struggling at all, I would love to see your sweet face and see how you're doing. But it's totally optional. The office hours are not required. So I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope to see you soon, and I hope that you stay well and you're helping your parents at home. See you tomorrow.